Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you're well. This is Love and Money Show. So, today we're going to talk about what is happening in the world as far as layoffs. So, every other day you're hearing about some major company laying off mass amounts of people. So, DoorDash has announced their layoff. They're laying off 1250, 1,250 people. So DoorDash has a 10-year history. Are you aware that it has been around that long? So it originally started with 8,600 employees in 2022, around that area, and then it grew to 20,000. Then DoorDash, they acquired a European company. The name of the company is Walt Enterprises, OI. Have you ever heard of that company? DoorDash acquired this company this year. And so DoorDash is expanding in areas such as alcohol and groceries. However, they did have this announcement that they are laying off 1,250 people. That's DoorDash. Then you heard the announcement that Facebook made. Facebook announced that they laid off 11,000 people. Snapchat laid off 10,000 people. Twitter laid off a whole bunch of people. And then the list goes on as far as company layoffs. Now, this usually goes along with the recession. That is one of the components of a recession is that they start laying off people. So you are seeing that with a lot of companies laying off people. And so if you have been affected, um, just know that you're going to be all right. You can choose to use this as a break if you have savings, or you can simply reach out to a staffing agency. Just Google staffing agencies, and you will have another position within 2 weeks. So that choice is up to you whether you want to take a break, you want to use a staffing agency. And of course, a staffing agency is just temporary until you get what it is you really want. So, that decision is really up to you, whether you want to take a break, use a staffing agency, or wait to get what it is that you really deserve. So, there's this trend of all these companies laying off people. So, of course, this is happening as a result of the pandemic, the talks of the recession, all of these layoffs. So this is the current times, people getting laid off. But what I desire for you to know is that this is a cycle. It's happening now, but it's bound to happen again in the future. Then again, a couple of years later, 10 years later, a couple of years later. So what you're doing is you're working as an employee, and then you think that there's safety here, but a company could let you go whenever they get ready. And it's like a repetitive cycle. So you're getting older, but the stability is not growing with your age. So what I desire for you to recognize is that this is not just a one-time event because there are talks of the recession. This is a state of instability. So your age doesn't matter, uh, the timing doesn't matter. This respect level that you're looking for will be non existent no matter how old you are. People still will not respect you, regardless of your age, your status, your position. So, what I want to encourage you to do is to get out of this cycle. And you have to do this yourself. Get out of this cycle of being an employee and worrying about, am I going to have a job? And the way that you do that is by buying assets. So essentially, what you're doing is you are buying your freedom. So, in order to buy assets, first you have to know what assets are, a clear definition of what assets are. So, you're probably already aware, but you buy assets to get yourself out of this repetitive cycle of worrying, am I going to have a job? Am I getting laid off? I just got laid off. Now, when am I going to find another job? What's going to happen next? So you protect yourself by buying assets. Assets, examples of assets, stocks, is being in the stock market, real estate, that's buying property over and over again, a business that is creating your own business so that you're not relying on a job for income, but you have income coming in from your own business. Another example is crypto. You know, crypto is a little shaky, right? All this negative news about crypto. So I do 1% with crypto. Other people are doing 30%. Some people are very bullish on crypto, but it's a good idea to to be in there, at least to have your toes in the water. If you don't feel comfortable with crypto, to at least have your toes in the water as far as crypto is concerned. So that is one example of assets. And this is how you protect yourself so that you're not in this cycle. You're 20, no respect, worried about your job. Now you're 40, no respect. Am I going to have a job? Now you're 50, no respect. They just laid me off. Now you're 60, no respect. I'm still working. Am I going to have enough money to retire? I don't think I saved enough. Now you're 70. So, again, the way to protect yourself and get out of this cycle, buy assets, stocks, real estate, creating your business, crypto, just a little bit. Other people are bullish on it. All right. And so the reason for buying these assets are what I just mentioned. You're in an unstable situation. This is your situation as an employee. This is your situation when you have assets. Creating financial stability for yourself. Um, Reason to buy assets so you are not worrying about, do I have a job? I have a job today, but will I have a job in 6 months? Worrying about, will you have a job? Um, Dealing with discrimination on the job, things that are hard to prove in court, but are very real and very happening, uh, is happening. The Good Old Boy Network is alive and well, being passed over for promotion, being the last person hired, the first person fired, all the discrimination that goes on in the job, the people in charge, who is allowed to be in charge, and then being passed over for promotion, um, not being hired in the first place. How about that? Choosing to hire friends or family. Some places do things like hold fake interviews, like they already know who they're going to put in that position, but they waste people's time and they hold fake interviews. That's still going on. Another reason to buy assets, if you're in a situation where you're being overworked and underpaid, your boss tells you how much you're going to work. You're going to work 60 hours this week, or you're going to work 12-hour days. So, another reason to start buying assets so you don't have to get up every morning and do what you hate. Doesn't that sound like a good enough reason to start buying assets? Another reason to start buying assets, maybe you just are ready for a career change. You've been doing what you've been doing for 20 years, and now you're trying to think about something else you would like to do. Maybe something that you actually like. So, just something to think about. Work on getting yourself out of this instability cycle that you think is safe, but it's not safe. All right. So that is the trend. They are letting people go left and right. And there's a way that you can protect yourself, and that is by starting to buy assets. So I hope that you consider that, take that into mind, that there is a way to become financially stable. So if you like this channel, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and the notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. You are subscribing for business ideas. What I do is I bring people onto the show who have successful businesses. They are millionaires, multimillionaires, or entrepreneurs. They come on the show and they share business ideas with you. So hit subscribe so you can tune in and see them when I interview them. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your night.